Hello there, my dear grade 8 learners! Welcome to another exciting episode in MAPE 8. Handa na ba kayong matuto at makisaya? This is WRR 104.4 Rangayan Campus Radio, gabay-aral sa Himpapawid. Handa na ang inyong papel at ballpen at humanap ng komportableng lugar para makapag-aral. If you are ready, kindly send a heart emoji in our group chat. Well, I guess many of you are now ready, so let us now begin exploring the world of MAPE. This episode will help you cultivate your capacity and talent as an artist in creating crafts using local materials within the community. The activities here will suit your interests and abilities and will develop them. But before we create a great artwork, let us first have a warm-up activity. Choose the letter of the correct answer and write your answer on a clean sheet of paper. Are you ready? Number 1. It is an Indonesian Malay word, titik. Again, it is an Indonesian Malay word, titik. A. Batik. B. Drop. C. Fabric. D. Okir. Number 2. A type of batik in which the artist uses a small copper container with one or more different sized pipe. Again, number 2, a type of batik in which the artist uses a small copper container with one or more different size pipe. A. Black painted. B. Black printed. C. Hand painted. D. Hand printed. Number 3, it refers to a whole repertoire of folk motifs which consist of plant forms that figure prominently in their artwork, from weaving to carving to brass cast pieces. Again, number 3, it refers to a whole repertoire of folk motifs which consist of plant forms that figure prominently in their artwork, from weaving to carving to brass cast pieces. A. Batik. B. Drop. C. Okir. D. Titik. Number 4. It refers to the process of dyeing the fabric using a resist technique. Again, number 4, it refers to the process of dyeing the fabric using a resist technique. A. Dot. B. Drop. C. Point. D. Titik. And number 5, it is a traditional garment of numerous ethnic group in Mindanao. Again, number 5, it is a traditional garment of numerous ethnic group in Mindanao. A. Malong. B. Shawl. C. Skirt. D. Trousers. Okay, class, I will give you ample time to answer those questions, and we will check your answers after 1 minute. Stay tuned. And now we're back. You're still listening to WRR 104.4 Rangayan Campus Radio, gabay-aral sa Himpapawid. Are you done answering your first activity? I hope so, because now we're going to check your answers. The answers are number 1, A. Number 2, C. Number 3, C. Number 4, B. Number 5, A. Again, number 1, A. Number 2, C. Number 3, C. Number 4, B. And number 5, letter A. Okay, who among you got a perfect score? Ayan, pasend naman ng thumbs up sa ating group chat. Now, class, let us discuss our lesson for this episode. Southeast Asia is known for its ancient aesthetic in conventional woven fabric, according to Gittinger and Lefferts, 1992. Its region consists of 11 countries: Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, Myanmar, East Timor, Laos, Philippines, and Thailand. The forms of textile clothing and their designs are remarkably similar in spite of the differences in language, culture, and religion. Batik is an ancient art that has been handed down for thousands of years. It is an art medium and methodology for creating design, usually on cloth, by applying wax on portions of the materials, then dyeing it, then removing the wax. This can be done to make vibrant colors and incredible designs. It is said to be widespread in Middle East, Africa, Indonesia, Malaysia, China, Thailand, Philippines, and more. Philippine art reflects the diverse cultural influences of traditions of its society, since it is inhabited by different ethnic groups. It is divided into three islands, namely Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Mindanao is home to different ethnic groups such as Lumads, Maranao, Tausug, and many more. Maranao culture is known for the exuberance and vitality of its art forms. Their major forms are carving, weaving, and metalwork. Their artworks include sari manok and okir. Maranao arts and crafts are unrecognizable without mentioning the malong, an important part of their traditional clothing. Machine-made printed cotton malongs made in Indonesia specifically for export to Philippines are commonly referred to as batik because the item is imported and also the combination of different colors and patterns are used. Among the tribal peoples like Maranao, malong is used in everyday life. The motif of their textile design is the okir. Okir is an exclusive artistic cultural heritage of the Maranaos of Lanao, Philippines. The okir motif is an art depicting the indigenous originality and scale of the Maranaos. It is a fine art of figuring, painting, carving, and sculpturing depicting the social and psychological identity of Maranao society. It refers to a whole repertoire of folk music or folk motifs which consists of plant forms and that figures prominently in their artwork, from weaving to carving to brass cast pieces. Okir design serves as significant cultural symbols. Class, there are two traditions of okir. Number one, we have the okir dato, the predominantly curvilinear male. And then we have the okir bay, the predominantly geometric female. Batik is believed to be related to the Malay word titik, which means point, dot, or drop. The drop action refers to the process of dyeing the fabric by making use of a resist technique, covering areas with cloth with a dye-resistant substance, usually hot wax, to prevent them from absorbing colors. There are two categories of batik designs. First class, we have the geometric motifs. It is a pattern consisting of lines and geometric figures such as triangles, circles, and squares that are arranged in a repeated fashion. Geometric patterns are found in many places including art and architecture, and they tend to be symmetrical. Next class is the free-form design. The design depends on the designer and the guidelines they use. We also have the two main types of batik. We have the hand-painted. This is done through the use of canting, a small copper container with one or more different sized pipes. And then number 2, we have the block printed. A metal block is formed by welding together strips of metals. To make pattern, the metal block is dipped into molten wax and pressed against the fabric. Batik can be done in 4 different ways. The first way is hand-drawn. The designs are drawn on the fabric with hot liquid wax by using a metal object called canting. And then number 2, using metal blocks. Metal block is dipped into the hot wax and then it is pressed onto the fabric. And then we have screen printing. This process commonly uses synthetic threads. It is the most popular mesh in general use. Is made of polyester. And then number 4, digital printing. It is a method of printing from digital-based image directly to a variety of media. Okay class, do you have any questions? Okay, if none, please prepare your materials and we will start creating wonderful crafts after a short break. And hello, we're back. Are you still with me, class? Okay, so please send the heart emoji in our group chat if you are listening to this episode. Okay, shout out to grade 8 Apollo. Thank you for listening. Kumusta naman ang mga grade 8 Athena? Hello, grade 8 Artemis. Okay, if your materials are ready, let us now start crafting. So, please check if you have the following materials. Number 1, silk or fabric, trundling needle or safety pin, iron, pencil, brush, dye, and newspaper. Okay, for step 1, stretch your silk or fabric either with pins and frame using masking tape to stick the silk or fabric down onto the newsprint or similar shiny paper. Again, first step, stretch your silk or fabric either with pins and frame or using masking tape to stick the silk or fabric down onto the newsprint or similar shiny paper. Are you done? Let's proceed to step number 2. Outline your design in wax wearing goggles. Dip the jointing tool into the wax spot and transfer to your design and outline your image using wax. Again, step number 2. Outline your design in wax wearing goggles. Dip the jointing tool into the wax spot and transfer to your design and outline your image using wax. If you want the outline not to be white, then paint or dry the silk before you start. Tip class, to stop the jointing dripping, use a piece of folded towel under the end until you make the lines. Okay, we're done with step number 2. Let's proceed to step number 3. Practice using small brushes. Okay, if you have nylon, I recommend nylon because it is the best thing to use. So practice using the small brushes on your paper before you start, or on your batik paper. Okay, just put small brushes on your paper. And then next we have step number 4, add batik dye. You only need the primary colors, as you can mix up any color required. Again, step number 4, add the batik dye. And now let's proceed to step number 5. Leave to dry and the iron between layers of the newspaper or newsprint to remove the wax from the fabric or silk. Again, step number 5, leave to dry and iron between layers of newspaper and newsprint to remove the wax from the fabric or silk. Okay? So you can refer to your modules if you did not follow the instructions. Okay? So here are the categories in your artwork, for your artwork. Number 1, artistic engagement or effort. Number 2, craftsmanship, skill, and creativity, originality, and excellent for 10 points, good for 6 points, fair 4 points, poor 2 points for every category. Ayan, if you have any questions regarding your activity for today, you can always text or call me in my cell phone number 0955-672-5122. Again, 0955-672-5122, or in my messenger account, Abigail Serkinya Lagi. And that's it for today, class. I hope you enjoyed our episode today. Again, this is your radio teacher in MAPE, Teacher Abby, nakatuwang at kaagapay mo sa pag-abot ng mga pangarap mo. This is WRR 104.4 Rangayan Campus Radio. Gabay aral sa Himpapawid.